Y'all, what the heck is a great lock-in? Winter art, great lock-in. What are we talking about? The premise of all these videos, the great lock-in, winter art, is basically to get it together during the winter months. It's the final stretch from now to the next year. We're gonna spend the next 2 months sprinting towards our physical, financial, spiritual goals, okay? Not only is it important to finish the year strong, but it's also going to set you up to start the next year even better. So why not get ahead of the game? A lot of people wait to the new year to set their goals and implement these new habits. In my opinion, it's a setup for failure because you're trying to implement all these things at once. And then if you're not able to obtain that, it's like, oh my gosh, I already failed the year. But if you are slowly implementing them now before 2026, you are gonna be straight. You're gonna have the best flow already. You're gonna be that girl by the end of the year. So when 2026 comes around, you're not overwhelmed with everything and you're already set in your routine that you've already established. I'm someone who loves pushing herself. I love seeing what I can accomplish, but I'm also someone who really believes in sustainable change. I don't know if any of y'all can relate. There's been so many points where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start this diet or I'm gonna follow this workout plan, and I try to overnight Amazon Express everything. I get so overwhelmed, and when I don't accomplish it, I just feel shame and guilt, like, why couldn't I just do it? Why couldn't I just stick with it? I used to have that very extreme mindset, that all or nothing mindset that ultimately just sets me up for failure every time. So if you are looking to change your lifestyle, change your habits in a way that's easier to grasp and carry on to next year, keep watching. I know you're probably like, girl, just get to the tips. So I'm just gonna break down what this video is gonna be. First, I'm gonna do a little more advice and mindset tips that you could implement. We're gonna do some goal writing together. At the end of the video, I'm gonna show you my personal routine that I'm gonna be using this lock-in season. I don't think I went over this in my last video, but I also wanted to kind of touch up on what the growth mindset is versus the fixed mindset. With a fixed mindset, it could be a very 0 to 100 thinking, where you are tying the things that you do to your identity. The problem with this mindset is that when you are tying your identity to the things that you do, when you don't do those things, it puts you in this almost like shame, which can be so discouraging to the point that you don't want to do it anymore. And it can make you tie your failures to your identity. For example, I'm a fit person. This is my identity. I eat healthy. I go to the gym. I do these things, and that's me. Versus I'm someone who just likes to see what I could do. You make that your identity, where I'm someone who likes to try new things. I like to try and push myself. That is the growth mindset, so that when you fail at, oh, well, I did a Pilates class and I sat most of the time, it could be a lot more encouraging to know I pushed myself, I tried, I did the most I could in the class, and so yeah, I want to try again and see how good I could get at it. First of all, that's a more sustainable way to view yourself, and it's going to encourage you to keep trying regardless if you fail or not. And what I love about the growth mindset is it uses your failures as an opportunity to grow rather than making it your identity. What we're gonna do right now, we're just gonna vomit out anything that we want to achieve. Don't even think about it too hard, just write it down. Write it down, don't judge it, just write it down. I want to be more consistent posting on TikTok. I want to create new different types of content. I want to look my best and feel healthier. Pause this, take like 5 minutes to write anything down. If you're able to, look at the goals that you set up for 2025 and see what you've achieved and what you haven't achieved. It's just gonna help you see where you're at right now when it comes to your goals and adjust accordingly. So if you had previous goals, I really encourage you to examine, okay, what isn't even a goal that I care about anymore? Like, I really wanted to start painting, but right now I'm not in the season where that's my focus, so I'm gonna remove that goal. It's so funny. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm gonna talk about this, but one thing that my therapist has me do is that she actually made me create this like box in my head and just sit down, imagine the box that you have, what you want it to look like. Just start describing the box and put that into your head. This box or chest or whatever it is to you is going to be the place where you open it. Does it have a lock? Does it have a key? You open it, you put in the goals that you're going to place on the back burner into this box, lock it up, and not think about it. This is just going to help you organize your mind and put away that you don't want to focus on right now, but not completely discarding it. If you do that, now you have more room to think about the goals that you actually want to focus on. Some of the goals you might have started in the beginning of the year and you kind of fell off, but you actually want to pick it back up again. So with those goals, you're going to give yourself a pat on the back for trying. Most people don't even try to do new things, so you doing that is already putting you ahead of the game, okay? So pat yourself on the back for trying and doing it for the time that you did in the beginning of the year or middle of the year or whatever. And now you're going to examine, okay, why did I stop? Did I stop because I got burned out? Did I stop because I was overwhelmed? Did I stop because I was a little discouraged that I stopped doing it, so I just gave it all up? Whatever it is that happened, I want you to just make a peace with that and be like, that was then, this is now, and we're gonna pick it back up. And based on why we stopped, we're gonna reframe how we want to achieve that goal. For example, I wanted to work out 5 times a day, or 5 times a day, oh heck nah. I wanted to work out 5 times a week, but by month 2, 3, I just wasn't on my routine. Why did that happen? Oh, because it was too much on my body and I wasn't getting tired. Looks like for the rest of the year, in order to have a better attainable goal that is actually good for my body and works with my body, I'm gonna be working out every other day. And so you're just gonna adjust your goals based on that. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that you fail at that goal. It just means that another way to achieve that is going to be better for your lifestyle and for your body. So it actually looks to me that you got ahead of the game because now you tried something, you realized that that didn't work for you, and you eliminated that way of achieving that goal. And now you're left with less options and work towards a plan that will actually help you attain that goal. So I don't know, sis. What may look like a failure to you looks like a step towards your goal to me. Now look at some of the goals that you jotted down from before. What are your priorities? What goals do you actually want to focus on? It's okay to put down just one goal and work on that. I'd rather have you pick 1 or 2 goals and excel at them rather than try to do everything at the same time and fail at all of them. Pick your priority goals, add that to the list of things that you want to achieve for the rest of the year and into 2026. And the other goals that you didn't add but you still wrote down, put that in the box, okay? You don't have to discard the things that you want to do in life because you can't do it right now, but you could tell yourself and give yourself a little grace, like, look, like it'd be too much if I did XYZ. So let me just put this in my box and I'm gonna do that at a time that is best for me. Okay, perfect. So y'all got your goals. Now you guys should have a nice list of goals that you actually want to do for the year. But a lot of these goals can feel like such a stretch. Like, sorry, I keep bringing up the working out goal. It's the easiest one off the top of my head for me to give you an example off of, and yeah, we're just gonna roll with it. But you could apply it to like all your other goals. I have like 5, 6 goals, and one of them is to stick to my workout split. But oh my gosh, my workout split is 5, 6 times a week. Right now, I only work out like once in a blue moon, and I'm trying to work out 5 to 6 times a week. That's a lot. So now this portion of the video, we are going to be breaking down our big goals, like for example, working out and sticking to a workout split, to next week, I'm going to work out twice a week. And then in 2-3 weeks, I'm going to be working out 3 times a week. And you're just going to slowly build and create mini goals just to get the ball rolling on the greater goal that you want to achieve. So what I'm going to do, you could skip over this if you want and go straight to the routine, but I'm going to show you my personal goals for my physical goals, spiritual goals, mental goals, financial goals. For me, I also included hobbies too, so you could add that in, and show you how I break down my overarching goals with these small goals to make it seem more attainable for the 2 months we have left of the year. The first goal I'm going to go over is my physical and well-being goals. First thing I want to do is practice mindful eating. It's so hard, especially with the holidays, not to overconsume. Not to say I'm not gonna have a sweet treat, because I'm for sure gonna have me some hot chocolate, some mac and cheese, some mashed potatoes. I just want to practice being mindful about what I eat and not really like counting calories or being obsessive like that. It's not gonna last if I'm forcing myself to be extremely disciplined of, oh, I can't have lattes any day because it's just so much caffeine and so much sugar. But instead being like, okay, maybe every other day or twice a week, I'll have a latte so I could enjoy life and fuel myself with some caffeine, but not get like a caffeine addiction. Not gonna lie, sometimes I'm the opposite, where I'm so disciplined that I forget to balance that discipline out and enjoy life. Like, oh, I meal prepped all these things, so I'm not gonna go out this day and this day. But it's the weekend, so let me just go eat out with my friends, not be weird, and enjoy my meal and look forward to those 1 or 2 meals. Under improving my physical well-being with practicing mindful eating, the smaller goals that I could do to implement this is have dates set where I want to go out with my friends and eat. And each week I have a goal to set up my meal prep for dinner. Honestly, y'all, meal prepping dinner is a lifesaver because it just, first of all, removes the decision fatigue of what I'm gonna be eating, because I really be on DoorDash scrolling for like 2 hours and end up not ordering anything because of the fees. But even having dinner or one meal prepped every day for the week really helps me stay on track with my goals. And eating the same thing every day is for sure gonna make me look forward to the weekend and eating out with my friends. And another way that I'm gonna practice mindful eating is also eating foods that benefit my skin and like my internal health. So eating whole foods, eating probiotics, eating a lot of veggies and fruits packed with antioxidants. Because I want to achieve all these goals, I need to have proper fuel for my body to actually function. And I want to look good. So if I'm eating like trash, this skin isn't looking good, and I want to look good for 2026, okay? Another thing that I'm gonna do is try to lower my stress levels. I know it sounds counterintuitive. Girl, how are you gonna have all these goals and try to lower your stress levels? Like, make it make sense. But I'm gonna be implementing things to de-stress. If you work hard, you have to rest hard. Even though I'm going to be working out most days of the week, I am going to take my recovery days so serious. Saturdays and Sundays, I'm stretching, I'm just relaxing, letting my body rest to make sure I can recover properly. I'm gonna schedule less. I know the end of the year with all the holidays, it's so hard and it can be a lot to be going to all these social engagements, but write out a social calendar for the rest of the year. Like, this day I'm gonna go out and socialize, but the next day I'm gonna take to myself to rest and recover, not talk to anyone, and just do the other things that I need to do. And I noticed, instead of being overwhelmed and trying to go to all these Christmas and Thanksgiving events, this is just going to really help that life-work balance that we are trying to perfect for the 2026 year. Another little thing I'm going to do is, yes, 5 days out of the week, I am going to be working out, but I think another way that I'm going to de-stress my body is also by listening to it. Like, your body will literally tell you. If I'm sore, if I feel fatigued or tired, I'm going to put aside my workout split and just rest. Or based on the way that my body's feeling and how stressed it feels, I'm gonna do a walk instead of lifting weights. Just kind of allowing my body to tell me what it needs that day or that week. And so that brings me to my third physical goal, which is basically to stick to my workout split as much as I can. Which brings me to my third goal, which is my aesthetic, I guess, goal, which is to tone my body and build some more muscle. Because, you know, we're eating extra calories this season and we want to maximize what we're eating by feeding our muscles this season. So this season, I'm gonna be doing 2 days of lifting, mainly lower body, 2 reformer days, and 1 hot Pilates day. Me personally, I love Pilates. It doesn't stress out my body so much. It's like a medium high intensity workout without being high impact. So I'm not pushing my body extremely to where my body is literally like shutting down, overstressed, too much on my joints, but it's slowly building the muscle, and I just feel better when I do these type of workouts. And I'm trying to get those abs, y'all. I've been working with these abs, like, but you know, life happens. I want to enjoy life. I go on vacation and we just got to pick it back up. And I don't regret anything I ate when I went on vacation, okay? That makes experience. Now we're going to focus on the next category, which is the spiritual and soul work goals. I'm a Christian, so I want to learn about the God that saved me. If you don't know my testimony, feel free to watch it. It's on my channel. I was trafficked when I was younger. I lived a life of prostitution. I was into drugs, partying, alcohol, using even relationships to fulfill this void. And ultimately, I found Jesus, and he was literally what I was looking for. And now I get to rest in his love. And this season, I just want to press more into learning more about him and getting a better understanding of a biblical lens rather than my own. And so just kind of developing that muscle of like reading the Bible in that way. Another thing spiritually, I want to kind of give myself grace when it comes to my walk with the Lord, because I realized I was being very legalistic in the beginning of my walk. And I think that's pretty normal when we first come to the Lord. We're so spiritually sensitive, and I'm like, I have to do X, Y, Z. And it's such a beautiful almost place to be sometimes, where I'm just so like, I'm gonna be in the Word for 10 hours a day. And I think not doing that, or going into a different season of my life where I'm not doing that anymore, has caused tension, because I felt like it was supposed to always look like that. And so I think this season I really want to learn how to give myself grace on like the way that I interact with the Lord on a day-to-day basis might look a little bit different than it used to, and that's totally okay. So maybe I'm not in the Bible for 10 hours every single day, but it might be I worship him in the morning, or I do breath prayers throughout the day, or I go on a prayer walk, and just exiting the honeymoon phase with the Lord and entering this more like calm phase with him. And then the last spiritual goal is to just continue healing. The Lord brought me to this amazing Christian therapist, and so I've been able to, I'm gonna be so transparent, dealing with PTSD is not a linear thing. And even when you come to the Lord, healing is such a roller coaster. It's not always just a straight line to I'm good. It rarely is. And I'm just so grateful in this season the Lord has given me a Christian therapist that will walk through this season with me. That's one of the biggest things I want to focus on this season, is just allowing the Lord to heal me on a deeper level this season and submitting myself in the ways that he wants to do that. Financial goals is pretty short, pretty simple. It's just budgeting and allocating. Budget for trips for the holidays, start budgeting for next year, and start allocating money into my savings and investments. One of my friends said this to me and it always stuck, was like, the worst thing that you could do with your money is to be scared of it. I think if you come from an immigrant household, or maybe you didn't come from a lot, you can have this kind of unhealthy relationship of money, of like fear. I don't have enough money, I need to hold on to everything, or like I don't even want to check it. So yeah, you're kind of bound by this sort of fear that keeps you from moving on and learning more about how to steward your money. Know how much you're actually making and how much you're actually spending in order to budget and live life, so you're not just spending everything that you're getting. So I just want to encourage y'all, don't be scared to look at the bank account. The initial feeling you get of seeing your account lower than you thought might be a little bit rough, but I promise you it's not going to be as rough than you going to the store, swiping your card, and it's declining. Okay, so we got to be honest with ourselves about where our money's at this year. Next one is going to be other goals. Woo! My other personal goals. One of them is community. I don't know what it is, but in the past like 2 months, I felt almost sick about the way technology has affected our society. I'm thinking about how we don't want to be in community anymore. It's so much more comfortable to just stay at home and scroll, because we're so used to just being comfortable. And I think us being so chronically online, doom scrolling, shopping, and doing all these things. And it's no secret that as we continue on in advancing in technology and we become more dependent on our phones and devices and apps and stuff, we are losing our social skills. We are very comfortable with being on our own, which is a beautiful thing, to have that type of independence and agency to be content in your own company. But I think at some point we have to see, okay, how is this damaging my perception on how I build community? Because it is a lot easier to just stay in my home, scroll and see what I want to see and interact with people from a distance, rather than investing my time on hanging out with someone and emotionally investing in them, or even having to deal with them falling short or being human. And so for me, especially moving to LA, I really want to focus on continuing to build the godly community that the Lord is giving me out here. I saw a post, it was talking about being annoyed, being irritated, and feeling these emotions towards people sometimes is the cost of having relationships, and that's literally part of life. Not everything's gonna be perfect, not everything's gonna be rainbows and sunshine, but I need people in my life who are gonna walk with me when things aren't rainbows and sunshine. We gotta build that community, because when stuff hits the fan and things aren't good and we need humans to comfort us, what are we gonna do? We absolutely need to learn how to do life together better. I just want to encourage y'all, try doing that, because that's what I'm gonna be doing this winter and next year and the year after. I'm trying to build the community that's gonna help me raise my kids. Then you could add in some hobbies. Like, one of the hobbies I want to do is I want to read more. And so I'm actually going to be reading this book. I've literally already read like 30 pages of it, and it's so freaking good. Timothy Keller, Walking with God Through Pain and Suffering. Highly recommend. So far I've read 30 pages and I'm hooked. Like, I'm so excited to read this book. Y'all, read it with me. Come join me, read it with me. Maybe I should start like a little book club. That would be so fun. But my other personal projects, I have like a couple like anti-trafficking and ministry things that I'm working on. You could do other hobbies like painting, scrapbooking, journaling, like just add your own little spin, whatever you like to do. One thing that I did really want to do is take like tennis lessons or learn how to play a sport, but that ain't gonna happen this winter. Now that we have our list of overarching goals with the sub goals that we've created, it seems a lot more obtainable when we break down these things. It just makes things less overwhelming for us. It's just too much. That just seems too much to me. And honestly, I just don't want to set myself up for failure, because if I'm writing a goal to write 2 hours a day every single day and I don't achieve that, that's going to be discouraging, and I'm going to be like, you know what, I don't even want to do this anymore. And also, breaking down your goals will make it less intimidating to just start and get the ball rolling. And now when you achieve your daily, weekly, monthly goals, it makes you feel more confident that, okay, look, I'm capable, I can achieve this. Last week I did 5 days of workouts. This week I could do that, because I literally proved to myself that I did it. And of course, all the other things, I'm going to fill in events in my calendar. I'm going to fill in the daily things that I'm gonna do, the weekly things I'm gonna do, any projects I need to put in, trips. I also think it's really important to clean up the house before the new year, just to start fresh. So cleaning out your closet, like, implement those things into your schedule before the year ends. I personally even recommend planning out till January or half of January, just because you've already built up yourself to have this routine. Why stop? And why make yourself have to reset again and reset your motivation in January? I always say, shoot for the moon, land on the stars, okay? Like, be like, you know what? I'm gonna plan till February. And so even if you don't make all the way to February and you make January or mid-January, that's still great. You're still bringing all the habits that you've learned in 2025 to 2026. I know a lot of y'all probably just wanted to see this part, but now I'm going to show you my daily routine where I'm implementing my sub goals and weaving that into my daily schedule. I don't think I'm going to talk a lot this part. I think I'm going to just play some good music for y'all, maybe chime in here and there, but just enjoy the routine. And I hope visualizing and seeing my routine will make it seem a lot more attainable for you to do the same thing, or even give you some ideas. Right when I get out of bed, I'm gonna make my bed and do my devotional. I free fall straight into you. I don't know if I can find what you do in my mind. All red more can lie with you. So the instant I don't know what you're doing with me. How you do me wrong, you call my name. Too late for you, babe. I don't think I can let you leave. I'm not open up anymore. I can tell we don't belong. I would rather be alone. I had to run, I had enough. I was the one who had to run. I had enough, no. So the instant I know what you're doing with me. How you do me wrong, you call my name. Too late for you, babe. I don't think I can let you leave. What is the look?
So many things I've got to tell you. but I'm afraid I don't know how. 'Cause there's a possibility that you look at me differently, love. Ever since the first moment I spoke your name, from then on I knew that by you being in my life, things were destined to change. 'Cause love, so many people use your name in vain. Love, those who have faith in you sometimes go astray. Love.
Around 7 a.m. I'm gonna get dressed, eat something light, eat my supplements, some probiotics, some digestive gummies, and I'm gonna get dressed to work out. Today I'm hitting the gym, hitting legs, of course. My goal is to build muscle mainly on my lower body and just tone up on my upper body without building bulky muscle.
About to leave his text on red, I'ma let him know that I read it. Make it away is a forte, really. Might not even hit you when I'm in your city. Thought you was about to get some with me. You won't even get a picture of these. Fine, could be on my tonight. No one up my here tonight. Cause I got this feeling lives. Alright, alright. Could be on my here tonight. No one up my here tonight.
Then after my good workout, we're gonna go home and eat some breakfast.
In you, I just have faith. Know that you're by my side. I just have faith. It's true, your love is divine. I just have faith. In you, I just have faith. Know that you're by my side. I just have faith. It's true, your love is heaven. I just have faith in you.
I used to not like kimchi, but now I just crave it. It's so good and it's so good for your gut.
Nico de Gallo. Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back, telling me I need you.
This is the time when I first look at my schedule, just because the first couple things I do in the morning is spend time with God, work out, eat breakfast, and those are things that I just do automatically and I don't have to think about. I really feel that's helped de-stress my mornings and allowed me to start my day with more peace. And so while I eat breakfast, that's when I actually look at my schedule and see what I need to do for the day. I usually spend 5 to 7 hours just straight working. I like to go to a cafe and work because I work from home. I feel a lot more motivated when I'm around other people working, or I try to hit 2 birds with 1 stone and co-work with my godly community, building relationship with the godly community around me, and I'm getting work done. So
Every time I try to call, something keeps pulling me back. Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back, telling me I need you. Yeah, I know what this is.
It was so good at first, spending money, going shopping, eating at the finest restaurants, and it won't good. She was with the whipping bottle, popping, living it like that. She just ain't understand.
gonna pick a side. My life on my pride.
And now I get home and I'm gonna spend 1 to 2 hours working on a new hobby or a project. And yeah, I use this time to kind of just have fun and let myself do what I want to do. Work on what I want to work on.
I was bound to live a double life, cause it seemed right in my eyes. I only gotta put my best forward, though I wasn't always sober, so why?
Around 8:30, I start getting ready for bed, and y'all, please don't forget to romanticize going to bed and your daily routines, like take care of your skin, take that nice long shower, put on some cute pajamas, and just set the mood for the night. And while I'm in bed, before I sleep, I like to pray or journal or read until I fall asleep. And I try to sleep by 10:30 because we're gonna wake up early and do this routine all over again. And that's my routine. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you found any of this helpful. Please find it helpful. I don't know. Sometimes I'd be making videos and I'm like, I don't even know if people are gonna like this, but you know what? I do. So let me just put it out. If one person benefits from it, then I did what I needed to do. But I just want to remind you guys to give yourself grace, be easy on yourself, and it's okay to just have one goal and focus it and do it well rather than achieving a million things, okay? I'm not for the hustle culture. I'm for doing what works for you and living in a sustainable way. And honestly, when you focus on one goal and you're able to do it well, I'm not even gonna lie, it bleeds into other parts of your life. If you focus on your spiritual health and your spiritual goals, you are gonna be more disciplined on all the other areas of your life, and it's just gonna improve the quality of your life. I just love you guys so much. I want the best for you. I'm praying for you guys, and let me know what you want to see next. Let me know what you're excited for 2026. Any new hobbies that you want to get into by the end of the year. I want to hear it. Give me some ideas. I love you guys so much. I'm sure I'm seeing you again before the end of the year, but I love you guys. If you don't tune back in, I just hope you have a blessed rest of the year. I hope you have great family time. I hope you're able to achieve a lot of these goals and you learn a lot about your capabilities and the things that you could do. Don't forget to like this video, comment, anything. Just support your girl, okay? I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.